Hello and welcome to a Let's Play of SpaceChem. I am your host, Hero 5th. And basically how we're going to be doing this is that I'm going to do a couple of levels, post it up on YouTube, and you guys can submit better solutions if you guys would like to, but first I'm going to explain how the game works. So if we click on here, a brief introduction, it's just going to give us a external video that would lead off to YouTube, which honestly won't do much good for us because I can't go and show you what that is. You can probably pick up a lot of more information by just looking on YouTube for SpaceChem. Let's go to this one first, and I'll explain the sidebars here on the leader bit. So the collapse cycles is how fast could we solve the puzzle. Reactors used is for later uses. Right now we're only going to be using one. And then symbols used. That's how many symbols we use. Now that might sound confusing and all, but we're going to kind of explain this through just watching and learning. Like, a lot of these are pretty much going to explain all this, but I'm saying this a lot, ain't I? Anyways, so this particular game has a story to it. I'm not going to go too in depth of it because honestly you can just pause the screen and read all this information. I'm just going to go continue. And for the first two levels we have tutorials. It wants me to do the input and all these explanations. So I'm going to explain how this works. Over here we're going to be getting a molecule, and we're supposed to output the same molecule over here. We can see that's O2, and O2 is coming in 100% rate. It wants me to input it, so if I put this button, this input button there, it will pop this in, and I can show you what it does without it. So nothing happens because the Wattos are just going to follow their path. In fact, if I just tell the Wattos to move around into a little circle, you'll see that this red one is just going to be stuck in that little cycle. They're just going to follow our route. So an input would bring the molecule in, and it's going to appear right where it shows here on the side here. I could follow the tutorial if I want to, but my goal for a lot of these is to go as either A, as little symbols as possible, or B, as little cycles as possible. So we're going to try going for as little cycle as possible. So now it wants me to use the grab drop, then it wants me to do an arrow to go down, and so on and so forth. But I can tell you right now that this is not going to be the fast route. This is going to rotate the molecule, this is going to grab it, and this is going to output it. So it grabs it, brings it down, rotates, brings it back up, drops it, output. And this is a valid solution. We'll just continue in the cycle and we'll get there. We have to do this 10 times. Now, another way we could solve this is we could send it back down its track. Now, if I input twice, I'm going to have a problem. Like, for example, yeah, so the atoms collided. Can't have that. What I can do is get rid of that, and then make this a grab only, and this one a drop only. In fact, I don't even have to drop it in that far, do I? No, I don't. They'll grab it right there. Oh wait, maybe yeah. It's not going to work there. However, if I swap these two, so we'll grab, drop, out. And it's going to go in the same cycle over and over again. And you'll notice that this out is getting hit twice. Now, I could try making this more efficient with less cycles by having the blue one help. I still have to follow the rule where the red one and the blue one can't collide with the molecules, or the atoms for that matter. And we can see that my cycles was 118, one reactor in 6 symbols. So it looks like I'm pretty par with the least symbols used. And locks this next one. Let's see if I can mix in the other one. So if I go this way, go for the least cycles in A, because we're in the A sector input. Grab it at the same point. Go down, over, and this is just going to help speed us up a bit. Down, over, up, over. And before we do anything, I'm going to make sure that these guys are in sync. Oh, that's not going to help, is it? A little bit better. I did more symbols, however, which is not a valid suggestion because this is a tutorial and you can see that everyone was probably following the par. But I want to get around there, but that's fine. We'll move on. So now it's just talking about how these are the same and these aren't. And we can see that the carbons are together on 3 bounds and they're all attached to at least 1 hydrogen. Over here, these aren't the same at all. So, good to know. So, now we gotta move the 2 hydrogen over there as well. And we're gonna do the exact same thing we did before. And we're gonna put it up there. Up. 208. Same symbols. Probably could make that faster with using red. But again, we're not going to focus on that. So, we've been recording for about 8 minutes. I think we have time for one more. Okay, so this one wants plutonium, this one wants gold. The gold comes up there, and the plutonium comes down there. But I think it looks like people can use less symbols than that. And I on the fence with the good par. Alrighty. I'll fit around with these levels later, and if I come up with a better solution, or you guys come up with a better solution, we'll show them off. But this is Hero 5th signing off for now.